everyone. Hello, hello, and happy holidays. I hope this season is treating you well, and I hope that you're staying healthy and you're staying energized and that you're staying very rooted and strong through this holiday season. Most of all, just happy. So I wanted to hop on to Facebook Live today because I wanted to talk about staying strong during this time of hustle and bustle and some really just moments of places where we feel stretched beyond our comfort zones, where maybe we have to go out to different parties and adventures when we'd rather snuggle up at home by the fire in the colder, shorter days and longer nights. So this is a very interesting topic in yoga because some of us come to yoga, the practice of yoga, because we want to become stronger. And we see strength as being synonymous with physically fit. I'm going to become strong. I'm going to build my muscles. I'm going to be able to hold my own body weight. I'm going to be able to lift the couch to vacuum and get the crumbs underneath it. Or maybe your ambitions aren't quite that much. Maybe those are just mine. But the thing about the building of strength in a yoga practice is that, yes, initially we might come and we might experience that wonderful benefit of becoming more physically strong and fit, but we also discover that there's a wonderful balance to becoming strong as a yogi. We start to realize that the physical outer layer isn't so much what we develop the strength in as the inner self, the strength of our spirit, the strength of our mindset, the strength of our attitude, the intentions we set. And this becomes a very fascinating thing because when you go through life, if your only goal is to become physically strong, I'm going to muscle my way through this, I'm going to make this happen, you can imagine the Hulk, right? So the Hulk, when he becomes very strong, usually it's because that anger emotion takes over and it goes into, almost like a, angry smashing mode. And when we become just physically strong on the outer layer, we become less sensitive. And when we become less sensitive, we lose that ability to be aware of our surroundings. And through that loss of awareness, we can get ourselves into some pretty interesting situations, right? So let's say, for example, we say, you know what, I have a goal for the end of the year. I want to wrap it up and I want to be able to do X, Y, Z. I want to be able to go see lights. I want to be able to go ice skating. I want to be able to get hot chocolate at that stand on the corner. Whatever your goals might be. And maybe you say, I'm going to make this happen this year. I'm going to set a date in my calendar. I'm going to make the kids march out of the house come hell or high water. And we're going to go down there and, miserable or not, we're going to enjoy our hot chocolate. But, something might come up. Maybe someone's not feeling well. Maybe another event conflicts. Or maybe you just discover that with a certain amount of sensitivity and awareness that it isn't really your heart's true desire, or it's not the heart's desire of those around you. And you course correct. So the idea of becoming strong is one of becoming strong internally. And when we become strong internally, we soften to those things going on around us. So you can think of it like effort and surrender. If it's all effort and we're just muscling and trying, we'll burn out. We'll get really tired if we don't add in a little bit of surrendering and softening, right? Just like the ebb and flow of the ocean, the coming in of the tide and the going back out. And the same thing for strategizing. We can have all the goals we want in the world, but if we're not aware of our environment, then we won't course correct. We won't change things up and readjust when it's necessary. So what I want to do is I want to encourage you to think about practicing yoga as a way of saying yes to life, of welcoming all of life in, and as life comes rushing in, then we practice discernment. So this discernment, in Sanskrit they say viveka, that's the ability to say as life comes in towards you, yes, this is life enhancing. More chocolate, please. I will take lots and lots of chocolate. Although at some point it might become a little less life enhancing, but I don't know for chocolate. And then there are things that come into our life that are not life enhancing, that actually detract and distract us from our main purpose. And those are the things we want to say no to. We put our hand up and we say, no thanks, I don't have any, or I don't want any of that in my life. But we begin from a place of yes. We begin from a place of awareness, of sensitivity in the moment. And then through that strength within ourselves, through that resolve, through that ability of knowing what's life enhancing for us because we have an awareness, we learn to trust our instincts. You know, those little inklings we get, our tummy rumbling, or the hairs on the back of our neck sticking up, or just, maybe a shaking, you just feel a little queasy, not so sure about this. Or your heart is filled with joy and you have this excitement, this passion, this energy that you wonder where it comes from. And you start paying attention to little signs like that. So one of the exercises that we can do to help us build this strong inner core, now when I say core, yes, you get the benefit of a strong belly and back from practice of yoga. But what I want to think about as core is really our inner being, our inner self. And hiya, John, so good to see you, holy cannoli. But as we develop this strength within ourselves, it's the idea that, life happens. And when we're strong and rooted within ourselves, we can handle those things that come up along our path with much more grace and ease. So I'm going to talk us through a little brief meditation just to center you in this moment in time. And as you center and ground and you allow the stresses of the day to roll off of you, I want you then to notice how the rest of your day unfolds. Just the ease and grace that you can come to as the different little hiccups might happen. But also to know and remember this feeling state that we get into through the meditation, that you can come back to it at any time at all. Okay? So just taking a comfortable seat. And as you take your seat, close your eyes. And as you close your eyes, imagine a beautiful root growing from the tailbone all the way down through the earth's crust, connecting to the earth's center. And anchor yourself, just as if you were dropping a line. Good. And as you anchor yourself, imagine you had 10 to 12 foot arms that you reached out beside you, in front of you, behind you, above you, into the earth beneath you, all around you. And anything that's in your space that's been distracting you from being present in the moment and having joy, allow it to relax and release towards the earth, where it will be recycled into something of beauty. Good. And then imagine a beautiful golden light wash over the whole body. And then imagine a beautiful flame in the center of your chest, steady and unwavering. No matter how the wind blows around you, the flames don't flicker. They remain steadfast and true. And then imagine this flame has a dimmer switch attached to it, so to speak. And you can turn it up so that the flame within you lights up the whole inner body. The light emanating from the very core of your heart out to the edges of your skin. And then turn the light up even more so it reaches to the corners of the room you're in, whatever space you're in. And just sit for a moment, surrounded by this light, this peacefulness. Slowly gaze towards the floor, open the eyes, and all that wonderful noise you hear is coming from my wonderful little puppy, my little Gracie. So puppies can bring such wonderful, wonderful peace and wonderful, wonderful steadiness. But notice how you feel right now. Notice just the calm and the peace that can wash over you when you take a moment to center, to turn within. And I'll leave you with the wonderful image of my little Gracie, who's been here with her favorite little bone, making all the lovely soundtrack for a meditation. So I hope you have a wonderful and blessed holiday day today, and I look forward to seeing you guys. I'm hoping to hop on here in the afternoons on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays and just talk about some of the wonderful ways we can place yoga into our everyday life and practice. And, you know, if the meditations don't work, you can always get a nice little bone. Chew on that. I'm teasing. Have a wonderful, wonderful day. Lots of love. And namaste.